Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with a deck profile using Dueling Network, and today I'll be profiling my Thunder family deck. So starting off with the monsters, we have the free Thunder Seahorse. Basically, by discarding Seahorse, we can add 2 level 4 light Thunder type monsters with the same name with 1600 less attack from our deck to our hand. During the turn we use Seahorse, we cannot special summon, and we can only use Seahorse once per turn. So this is really useful for getting to the resources that we need. I can search out any of our Thunder type monsters except for Thunder King Ryo, and it's just really good for setting up for future turns, as I said, so we can go into our rank 4 plays and our level 8 synchro plays. Then we do have the free Maw-Hunder and free Paw-Hunder. With their effects, once per turn, you can normal summon 1 level 4 light Thunder type monster from your hand except for itself as an additional normal summon. So that's how we're able to spam normal summons and get more monsters on board so we can go into our XZs and synchro plays. Then we do have the 2 Syshunder. When Syshunder's normal summon, you can banish 1 level 4 light Thunder type monster from your graveyard, and then during the end phase you get that monster back to your hand. So it's most useful for actually being able to banish Seahorse and then get it back to where we're actually able to get 2 search effects off of the 1 Seahorse for the next turn. Then we do have the 2 Violent Prism. It's most useful for the fact that it's the tuner, and then when it is sent from the monster card zone to the graveyard, we can actually pay 500 life points to equip it onto a monster that we control, face up one of course, and then when that monster battles, it gains now an attack points. So it's really useful for making our small main deck monsters a bit bigger, and also really useful for making our extra deck monsters into really big beaters. Then we have the 1 Thunder King Ryo. It does happen to be a level 4 light Thunder type monster, and it just generically is a really good anti-meta card. Then we do have the 2 Honest, since all of our main deck monsters other than Max C are light. Then finally the 2 Max C, just for that extra draw power, since a lot of decks in the meta do like to special summon. Then for spells, we have the free Recycling Batteries. It lets us add 2 level 4 or 2 Thunder type monsters with 1500 less attack from our graveyard back to our hand, which is really useful because we're using a lot of those Thunder monsters for Xyz plays and Synchro plays, so it lets us be able to recover those resources to be able to use them for more Xyz and Synchro plays. Then we do have the free Paw Duality. This deck does need a little bit of time and setup to be able to get going, so Duality is really good for getting those combo pieces that we need, and it can combo out very well with Thunder Seahorse in the same turn, just to get us free good cards from our deck. The 2 that we search off of Seahorse and the 1 that we get off of Duality. Then we do have the free MST for, of course, Back Row and Floodgates. I personally still like free MST in the main, because while it is dead against Nekroz, it is really good against just about every other meta deck out there. Then for one-ofs, we do have the 1 Book of Moon and 1 Raigeki. For traps, we have the free Fiendish Chain. Of course, it's good for effect negation and good for attack stopping as well, since our main deck monsters are pretty small in attack power. The 2 Mind Crush for those search heavy decks. The 2 Mirror Force to protect our monsters from battle and also make sure that we're not getting OTK'd. Then for one-ofs, we have the 1 Compulse. Similar to Book of Moon, it's a very versatile card that can be used both offensively and defensively, and it can be used as a way to protect our Maw-Hunder and Paw-Hunder effects from being negated by things like Fiendish Chain and Effect Failure. The 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Torrential Tribute, which is a more responsive Mirror Force. Then finally the 1 Vayni's Emptiness, which barely affects our deck at all since Maw-Hunder and Paw-Hunder give us extra normal summons. Then for the side deck, we have the 2 Denko Sekka, which again, like Thunder King, does happen to be a level 4 light Thunder type monster. It's really good against those back row heavy decks, since a lot of people, if they have something that's a massive removal card like Ritual Beast Steeds, Torrential Tribute, or Fire Lake, they'll a lot of times wait until you're done with your normal summon plays to activate them. So you can use that to your advantage by summoning Denko Sekka last with your normal summon plays, to where they then cannot chain any of their back row, and you have a bunch of monsters on board. So Denko Sekka is really good for that purpose. The 2 Effect Veiler for effect negation that we can draw off of Max C. The 2 Flying Sea, of course, for Satellar Knights and Burning Abyss. The 2 Twister for more Floodgate hate, and especially Cleafort hate. The 3 Imperial Iron Wall, good against Nekroz, Spiritual Beast, and Infernoids. The 2 Shadow Mirror for Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. The 3rd Mind Crush, and then finally the 1 Soul Drain for Burning Abyss, Shaddolls, and other decks that are really heavy on graveyard effects. Then to round out with the extra deck, we have the 1 Crimson Blader. Really good at just stopping those decks that need to special summon higher level monsters. The 1 Scrap Dragon for popping cards. the one Stardust Dragon, which is really good against those decks that have Master Removal like Spiritual Beast and Burning Abyss. Then finally the one Stardust Spark Dragon, which is a light that can also protect some of our floodgates like Vanity's Emptiness, Imperial Iron Wall, and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Then for Xyz, we have Abyss Dweller, Castel, Constellar Omega. Since we do play lights, this can be really good against back row heavy decks to try to play around them. The one Daigusto Emerald is another way to recover our resources, similar to recycling batteries. The one Exciton Knight, Cowboy, 101, Starliege Paladynamo. Again, we do play lights, so this is really good as an effect negation, also for reducing the monster down to 0 and giving us a draw when it's sent to the graveyard. Then we do have the combo of Ptolemaeus and Diamond for, of course, Burning Abyss and Shaddolls. Then finally the one Constellar Ptolemy M7, which we can overlay on top of Constellar Omega. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please read the little note there in the top right corner. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.